You will remember that, in a previous episode, I told you that I had an acquaintance who works at an institution for the criminally insane. All of the inmates of that institution are exceptionally dangerous. This account comes from the same source. For professional reasons, I have had occasion to visit several such establishments. I have found that far from everything the inmates say can be taken as the gospel truth. The account which follows is thoroughly unpleasant, and I sincerely hope it is not true. She was enjoying herself, looking through the pictures she'd taken at the beach earlier that day, when something caught her eye. Zooming in a bit, in each snap, she noticed the same person in every single picture. Maybe it was nothing, but it was a weird coincidence for sure. She thought about it for a moment, before dismissing the creepy feeling that had fluttered over her like a giant moth, and said to herself, "So, people spend their time at the beach. I spend my time at the beach. This is still a free country." Arriving at that conclusion made her happy. Contented, she paused a moment on her bed like a Siamese cat, before jerking to attention like a soldier at reveille and quickly logging into her Instagram account to scan her notifications. Likes, a few new followers, some DMs. Usually, she wouldn't even have bothered to check them. But today, curiosity got the best of her. She took a sip of water, read the first message, then the second, then the third. With every one of them, the furrows formed by her eyebrows arched higher and deeper. Her pupils waxed wider and larger. "What in the world?" she mumbled, and read that last message again. A photo was attached to it of her and the people she had been hanging about with. The sender's profile picture was so pixelated, there was no way of telling who he was. There wasn't even a name. On an uncontrollable urge, she texted back, "Do I know you?" Then she went back to her page to upload some of the beach photos of her in a bathing suit. Within a millisecond of her posting, the notification sound went off. The stranger's answer, "You don't know me yet, but you will," it read. In the darkness of her room, she sat there and shuddered. Should she answer? What would she say? This was not good. She stared at the phone's screen. Then, a notification for a comment under her latest post popped up. "See me?" it said. It was from the same account. She checked. There was no profile picture. How exactly was he expecting her to recognize him, even if she did see him, after all? Unless... She let the phone slide from her hand. She began to hear her heart beat above the murmur of the refrigerator. Turning to her phone again, she opened up the gallery and spent what felt like hours looking at every little detail of the beach photos. Other than her in the foreground, posing quite satisfactorily in a bathing suit, there was nothing consistent about them, besides the guy in the back she had spotted before. Inhaling sharply, she leaned back in her chair. This was creepy. Was he stalking her? Or was he just some sad, lost weirdo? She put her phone down again and drained the last sip of water out of her glass. A few deep breaths, Then she reached out for her phone again. Another message. It read, "Can't wait to see you tonight." Frightened now, she looked for the right function and mumbled, "Just block." That done, she heaved a sigh of relief, got up from her chair, walked over to her bed and sat down. But the moment of calm that act of decisiveness had brought fled, as welcome as an ex-boyfriend at a wedding. She began to look around. It was as if... But that was it. She'd never been in a situation like this. She'd never felt like this. There was nothing to compare it to. Her head moved in quick, sharp, angular jerks as she looked at the front door, the window, the wardrobe wide open. Even the curtains, everything suddenly seemed strangely threatening, as if nothing moved. She walked over to the refrigerator to pour herself a glass of orange juice, but the carton of Sunkist was empty. Ugh. Get a grip, girl. She shook her head and let out a peal of nervous laughter. Another deep breath, and she made her way over to the other side of the apartment. A final deep breath, and she sank into her bed, ready to let the Sandman sweep her away. Just as she closed her eyes, another notification sound got her attention. This time, she ignored it, and, having opened her eyes, she closed them and smiled. That was when I stepped out from behind the curtains and sat down next to her on the bed.